Lewis Hamilton and the Mercedes team have had a rather tough time lately. They've struggled to get winning results, and they've been on a poor run of form since the beginning of the year. It's hard to tell what might be causing this misfortune, but the whole team has voiced their frustrations repeatedly. It appears that Hamilton and Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff are receiving a lot of complaints from their fans about this issue, and the struggles of the Mercedes team have been on the front covers of Formula One magazines for quite a while. All sorts of controversies have come up regarding the relationship between these two, and the present code of conduct between these two does not seem to be helping matters. It was reported that Lewis Hamilton and his Mercedes boss were having a heated argument, and it ended with Hamilton storming off in anger. With all the negative tension between the British driver, the Mercedes boss, and the frustration surrounding the Mercedes team right now, it seems as though Hamilton might be considering other options. When asked about the current controversy going on between the two, Wolff was quick to deny all the allegations, insisting that he and Hamilton are on good terms. The Mercedes boss stated that the heated situation everyone is talking about is nothing more than the duo venting their frustrations about their lack of winnings and deliberations on what to do next. It's quite funny how it's being interpreted. Lewis and I shared a similar frustration that we were not able to extract lap 1 performance and how annoying it was. But it was basically the same point of view and just sheer anger. There is no division, and there is no blaming or anything like that. There's pressure in the system, but I would say it's the necessary pressure we need to get things right. Nobody on the team is anywhere near enjoying the ride at the moment, and this team can't wait to get back to winning ways. We have done this in the past, and we just need to dig ourselves out of that hole again. Hamilton seemed to be off the pace during the entire race, which happened just a few days ago. The entire Mercedes team performed poorly during the race, but it was Lewis Hamilton that shouldered most of the blame for Mercedes' poor finish, and he is entirely livid at that. He finished 14th in the race as he was unable to get past Pierre Gasly. Hamilton was hoping to gain the upper hand and move past Gasly, but he wasn't able to do that all night due to the complexities of the racetrack and the problems with the car he was driving. I found it really frustrating, and I just wanted to move forward. I wasn't able to get close enough to overtake him. I was just a bit of a sitting duck today. Even with the DRS, we are not able to make it round and try to set ourselves up for a move. We know when you have a bad qualifying, we made a mistake in quality, and when you start from the back, it's always extremely difficult, and I think we paid the price this weekend. It seems like Hamilton's words are justified, seeing that the Mercedes team boss himself acknowledged the substandard quality of the car. He apologized to the famous driver on radio for giving him an undrivable car. Hamilton never responded to this, which is saying a lot more than people may think. The car's faults were also noticed by the newest member of the team, George Russell. Russell was quite impressed at the speed capabilities of the car, but mentioned that the car still needs to be worked on before Mercedes can start winning matches again. He also mentioned one of the car's most obvious weaknesses, which is the fact that the car does not have much straight line speed. It is also not able to make sharp turns smoothly, which greatly slows the car's momentum. It was tricky in these sprint races. I don't know what the rest of the race was like, but it was processional from where we were. The race wasn't long enough to get some type degradation there, and to have some big differences between the drivers and cars. We've got a lot of work to do. The car is faster, but we just don't have the speed and the strength to actually move forward. Here you've got the small kinks in the straight, and there's only one overtaking opportunity, so that halted our progress. Even Gasly himself was pretty shocked at the outcome of the race, but he believed he was able to maintain enough composure to keep Hamilton from gaining the upper hand. It was probably the only thing that happened the whole race. He was stuck behind me, and I was stuck behind the Williams car. That car was stuck with the car head, and so on. It was just a train. So yeah, it wasn't a particularly exciting race, and frankly it was quite frustrating. Hamilton blamed a lot of his misfortune during that particular race on the car. He stated that the car had many problems, and it was pretty challenging for him to take advantage and move up the race with it. He described the car as not far off from being the worst car he has driven in his 16-year career. Hamilton seemingly has some sort of issues with all the officials and members of the team, of which the Mercedes boss is included. During the first race of the year, which was held in Australia, he finished in 4th position behind teammate George Russell. Anyone who watched the race could clearly see that Hamilton was out of his element, and that was the start of the poor run of form that he's on. Hamilton blamed the race engineers for that loss, saying that they could do better. You guys put me in a really difficult position." Speaking again on the most recent race, which occurred last weekend, Hamilton wasn't shy to mention the frustrations he and the team shared concerning the poor results they'd been getting so far. "It's been so difficult, and it's definitely not easy, but we all feel it as a team. And at least George got some points today for the team, so apologies to everyone that I wasn't able to do so." When asked about his side of the story regarding his numerous disagreements with Wolff, Hamilton did not hesitate to let us know what was on his mind. Although he admitted that the race was affected by the substandard car and pit stop malfunctions, he accused Wolff of being the reason why they've had such a poor run of form. The 7-time World Drivers' Champion let out his opinion about Toto Wolff's leadership style, saying that it wasn't motivating enough to lead them to victories. In fact, the British driver has even gone ahead to say that the title hopes are as good as over due to the leadership style and morale within the team. However, he also stated that he would focus most of his efforts on trying to get used to the feel of the car and point out improvements to be made in order to get back into the top 3. A lot of work is going into the background, and it is what it is. This is what we have. We haven't gotten it right this year, but everyone is working as hard as they can to correct it. This is the situation that we are faced with right now, and we are not fighting for the championship anymore, but we are fighting to understand this car and improve the progress through the year. This is all we can hope for right now. This disagreement between such important team members has caused great worry and unrest within the Mercedes team. Many rumours are now being spread about the departure of both Hamilton and Wolff from the Mercedes team. Despite the team's recent misfortunes and failures over the past few races, and the feud with the Mercedes boss, Hamilton remains confident that they can get back to winning ways very soon. The British driver believes that when they figure out exactly what the problem is, and it gets fixed, they can get back to winning ways and clinch new trophies in the seasons to come. I think the team is, as I said, everyone is feeling it. Everyone is heads down, trying their best to solve this problem. So there's no one that's giving up, and everyone's just trying to move forward as fast as they can. Despite his complicated relationship with Toto Wolff, Hamilton is ready to collaborate with each and every single member in order to win several races before the end of the season and the start of the next. And it seems he's already looking forward to the upcoming races of the season. The Formula 1 racers are going to continue their season in Miami, and Hamilton is stoked about it. According to the interview conducted by GMA, Hamilton said he can't wait to race in the new scene and show everyone what the Mercedes team can do. He admitted that he was a bit nervous about the entire event, but remained self-assured about his amazing performance in Miami. "It's going to be nerve-wracking because I think it's going to be such a huge event for us. We obviously have the race in Austin, Texas, which has always been amazing. First race I had out here was Indianapolis in 2007, but now, with the Netflix series Drive to Survive growing, now we have 2 Grand Prix in the United States, potentially another one. Yeah, we have another one in Vegas next year. So it's going to be huge." Mercedes is a team that has topped the Formula 1 chart for quite a long time. They've won the championship 8 times, which is far more than many rival teams. However, they haven't been at nearly their best this season. They have failed to replicate the stellar results they usually do, and their most recent woeful performance can potentially mean the end of their title hopes. Despite their feud, Hamilton and Wolff both think Mercedes will bounce back and clinch several victories before the end of the season. Do you think this is possible? What do you think about the current feud between the Formula 1 superstars? Please let us know what you think in the comments down below. Also, hit our notification bell so you never miss any of the latest Formula 1 behind the scenes